Okay, so now that we have reviewed the warm and the cool colors on the color wheel, you guys are going to get to make your backgrounds for your superheroes. And since we have capes, you're going to make it in the sky. So you get to choose whether you want to do a warm colored background or a cool colored background. And the best part about this is you guys get to use the brand new tempera cakes. They have not yet been used, and there's all different colors. So the warm colors would be yellow, orange, red, and you could use this magenta, which is purple and red mixed together, or you could do the cool colors, which is teal, blue, green, and you could also use the magenta because that is a color that can go either warm or cool depending what you put it with. So that is up to you. We are not going to use black or white today. But the first thing you're going to do, you can choose to use a pencil first if you feel more comfortable. This is watercolor paper. You guys are going to get a huge sheet of it. Make sure that if you're not comfortable, use a pencil first because you will not get a second one of these. And you are going to make clouds throughout. Now, try and think of the scale again. You don't want tiny clouds all over the place. I normally make them pretty big, and they can be any shape. So there's one. You could actually be even more creative and choose to make your clouds look like something. You want to have a variety, so maybe you want a smaller one to show that it's further away, or a bigger one. So you're going to do this first. I did it with a Sharpie just because I feel comfortable making clouds. There's no really wrong or right way to do it. And then after you do that, you're going to get to use the tempera cake. So in your water cup, there's going to be 3 different size brushes. Oh no, just kidding. There's only going to be the big ones. I'm thinking we're painting something else. Okay, you're going to use the big brushes. You want to make sure that with tempera cakes, they're a mix between watercolors and tempera. So you want to get your paintbrush wet. You don't need a paper towel to dry off your brush because your brush needs to constantly be wet for this. So I'm going to do, here's my superhero. There's me. And since I've used warm colors pretty much for my entire thing, I'm going to do a cool colored background. And that's just my choice. So I'm going to use teal, blue, green, and the magenta color. So you're going to start, get your paintbrush really wet. Grab a color, put the water down, and you're just going to start to paint. Now, I would recommend using or just doing smaller spaces. You want to go around your cloud. Don't go over top of your cloud because you want your cloud to stay white. And you can actually blend these colors together because none of them will make bad colors. So maybe I want to do a darker blue. You never want to rub your brush. You want to just paint it on. And what I mean by rub is scratch. You don't want to do that because it'll end up breaking all of the bristles off. So you are painting this on, going back and forth. If you run out of the color or run out of water, make sure you grab more. That is the biggest part to watercolors. You want to be very careful not to scrub because most of the time people try to do that to make it last longer, but you don't need to do that. So I'm going to continue to do this. Make sure you have a ton of water. If you want to make it even have more texture, visual texture, which means makes it look like you could feel it, you can take your paper towel, don't rub, but you can do the blotting technique, and that will make it look like there's even more clouds in the sky. I'm going to do that. Make sure you don't blot on top of your clouds, and this is what it ends up looking like. I don't know if you guys can see it. They're really light, just like the sky. So go ahead and get started on that.